Okay, this is from Summer Weinberg. Shout out. Where do you stand on the criminalization or burning of the American flag?
Well, I'm not a libertarian. I'm a sort of cultural libertarian. I think people should be able to read and express themselves and say whatever they want, but I'm not completely libertarian. I know that Trump was sort of tweeting that people who burn the flag should be imprisoned as a way of sort of, just another moment of annoying the press one day. But I sort of agree. I think America is such a uniquely brilliant country and such a uniquely wonderful place, and I'm a very firm believer in American exceptionalism. I think that there are some things that you shouldn't do, and I think burning the flag is one of them. I don't know my own strength. I don't know about revoking citizenship, but I do think it should be a criminal offense. And I do think that burning the flag should be something that is seen as completely and utterly unacceptable in public life. America is a country born not from ethnicity or geography, but out of ideas. This is a country that is based on values, on the Constitution, the First and Second Amendment, and paying respect to the flag, to the armed forces, to law enforcement, to the people who keep us safe. Thank you, and to the ideas of America and what it is. I think is a sort of expression that we're all in it together. And when you see these sort of odious half-wits like Copernic, idiot. What an idiot that man is. With these grand gestures, and then when they're challenged, they don't actually have anything to say. I think if you're going to do something like disrespect the American flag, disrespect the flag of the greatest country in the history of human civilization, which you are so privileged to have been born in, you better have a really fucking good reason. And I haven't heard a good reason from the left for a very long time.
Gotcha.
How about this? The flag is a symbol of rule. The flag is a symbol of slavery. Saying you can't burn the flag is a form of censorship, a restriction on free speech. How about burning a military uniform? Karl Malone has done this. This is as he became an anarchist. Anarchy is about the lack of rulers, the lack of having people as slaves, the lack of being a fascist. The uniqueness of America is the idea of freedom. What's fucked up is that the idea of freedom was somehow apparently associated and defined with and as democracy. Democracy is not freedom. Democracy is a form of slavery. Democracy is a form of rule. That specialness that you call the American experiment, democracy, Republican democracy or something or whatever like that, it's all a form of slavery. All of those things, all government is slavery. So, you're not a libertarian, or you're not an anarchist, or you're not a voluntarist. I'm not even sure what libertarian means. It seems to include minarchists such as Benjamin Franklin and Thomas Jefferson and others, James Madison, Thomas Hamilton, and so forth. Minarchists, all of them assuming the need for government, the need for systematic coercion of the right to one's own body and the effects thereof. So in other words, you do not believe in freedom of expression when it comes to the core idea of freedom of expression, the experiment of America. You're right, though, because democracy, the idea of rule, the idea of slavery, the idea of being a ruler, is indeed a destruction of the uniqueness of society, of the idea of freedom.